Snow lands on top. A fitting motto for a slow and torturous descent into madness. Hey kittens, it's Megan, and today we are doing a book review on The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is her latest offering, and it's a prequel to the amazing Hunger Games trilogy. I personally did not want any more Hunger Games novels, but I'm glad that I read it. This whole book takes place from the point of view of Coriolanus Snow, who is no stranger to the hard knocks of life after the rebellion of the districts has led to poverty, starvation, a shortage of all sorts of things in the capital. Now, he's desperate to carve himself out the life that he thinks he deserves and the life that he wants. And so, in order to do this, he volunteers to become one of the mentors for the 10th annual Hunger Games. Lucy Graybeard is his tribute, and she is the girl tribute from District 12. She is nothing like what Snow is predicting that he will get, and in fact, he's a little insulted when he first gets assigned District 12. But then Lucy does something interesting during the reaping. She manages to capture the audience from the entire country using a snake and a song. Just to say from the get-go, I did not want to read a book from Coriolanus Snow's perspective. He's the villain. I did not like him. And that opinion was made from a young age. I had just graduated high school when the first Hunger Games novel came out, and I hated President Snow with a passion. As I've grown, I've gained a little bit more perspective here, and I think that this was a bold choice for Suzanne Collins to do because a lot of people are just going to see this as a money grab. But this story adds so much to the Hunger Games universe that I think it's fabulous because it goes over the beginning of the games, the origin of the games, how they were created, how the tributes have sponsors, what kind of interviews they do, all of this. And Snow had a huge part in how it was built. One of my favorite characters is actually a young mentor named Suzanne Plath. He is a lot more nuanced than Lucy Graybeard. He is former district, and during the rebellion of the districts, his father made a lot of money. And so he was able to rise his family up from the districts to the capital. And he came to the capital at a very young age, but he already knew what life was like in the district. He knew what was awaiting for the people he left behind. The people in the capital never see him as anything other than district. The people in the district see him as a traitor. So he doesn't have any other friends but Snow. And his path is so amazing to watch because he stays true to himself throughout the whole novel. He pushes himself against the boundaries of his beliefs, and it really drives the story forward. The pacing itself of the story was very slow and steady. The first half of the book is the games, the second half is the aftermath. I think it could have been 2 books. There's a lot going on. It's very long and a little plodding at sometimes, but it's pretty consistent with its pace. The writing style of Suzanne Collins is kind of like wrapping yourself in your favorite cardigan. It's old, it's cozy, it's broken in, it's your comfort cardigan, really. And that's, I think, a huge part of why I do enjoy her writing style, is because it was there when I graduated high school. It was very comforting to me, and as weird as it sounds, she also wrote Little Bear, and I read those when I was a kid. So she's kind of been an author in my life almost my whole life. As scary as that sounds, to go from writing Little Bear to the Hunger Games to this book. I digress. That's kind of a tangent there. The originality of the story it's not very original. It's the origin story not only of the evil antagonist President Snow, but it's also the origin story of the games themselves and how they have twisted and become what they are by the time we get to the Hunger Games. And I like the idea of it. The execution, it's my least favorite of the 4. I did listen to the audiobook, so I think that that also has helped me kind of organize my thoughts, having it read to me versus having to read it myself. But at the same time, I think that if I had read it, I might not have finished it. Which is kind of sad because I did enjoy it. And I know that I would have put it down if I hadn't had this compulsion to finish the audiobook. The relevance of this story now, here and now, is very, very scary because it is a funhouse mirror to what we're going through right now. The world is a scary place, and I think that this book hits just a little too close to home now. I don't really want to go into the darkness of what happened with the police brutality, but it has sent a shockwave through our nation, and I think that the world is going to be forever different because of it. And reading this book in this time, it's not really an escape for me. I don't think it will be an escape for a lot of people, and that's why a lot of people read books, is to escape from whatever, because they enjoy going somewhere else in their brain. This book doesn't allow you to do that because it is so relevant. I feel like this is kind of a dark and twisted place to end this review. I had a whole review written, script, whatever. I spoke from the heart. I wrote this before the riots, and so it kind of colored everything that I wanted to say about the book a little bit. I'm not going to deny that. But I did give it 4 out of 5 stars because it's so relevant, and I think that it is worth a read. That's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked this video and you want to continue to watch videos about books, think about subscribing to my channel and turning on that little bell notification icon to get notified when I post my next video, which will be next week, and it will be a fun little bookish get to know me. So I will see you guys then. Bye!